We usually think of reporting as one of the last things you'll get started with. Before making it here, you've likely come a long way on your Farmbrite journey. Maybe you've planted crops and started tracking your harvests, or added your livestock and have them grazing in a field. Perhaps you've also added items to your schedule and tasks, and started working with your resources and equipment. Or maybe you've even sold some items in your Farmbrite market and tracked your income and expenses with accounting transactions. No matter how you are using it so far, one of the biggest benefits of Farmbrite is your ability to have access to all of your business data in one place. The Farmbrite reporting section is your gateway to all of that information. You'll have access to default reports that are helpful for all businesses, and also be able to create your own custom reports to find just what's important for you. To start reporting on your data, select the Reports section from the main menu, and you'll see two options: Standard Reports and Custom Reports. Standard reports come preloaded with your Farmbrite system. They are pre-built and easy to run with one click. Custom reports are reports that you build yourself. You can choose what type of records to report on, what fields you want included on the report, and how they should be sorted and filtered. Let's take a look at standard reports first. You'll immediately see that the reports are organized into tabs that run across the top of the page. This makes it easier to find what you need and what you care about right now. Be aware that there may be some overlap between these as well. For example, the livestock and crop transaction and break-even reports that we see on the accounting tab right now are also on the livestock and plantings tab as well. Next, see that the individual tabs are also categorized into sections based on topics. On the accounting tab, we'll find sections for accounts receivable, business overview, and financial performance. All of these will give you insights into the financial performance of your farm, but reports with similar data and purposes are grouped together for easier access. We're not going to go through all of the reports in this Getting Started video, but know that you can find additional information on all of them in our Help Center. Just click the question mark in the upper right, and you'll immediately be brought to the Reports section. You can read about all the available reports at a high level, or dig deeper into each section with individual articles. Now let's browse through these tabs and highlight a few of the more popular reports. On this accounting tab, you'll find your profit and loss statements and tax summaries. These are great high-level overviews of your business, as they'll show you all of your income and expenses across your different accounting categories. You might also look at your accounts receivable reports to see who still owes you for your market orders, or check out the balance sheet to see a total value of the assets that you track in Farmbrite. On the livestock tab, you'll first see breeding reports with information about births, due dates, pregnancy checks, and reproduction performance. You can then find information about grazing history and health and wellness, which includes feeding, measurement, and treatment history. The inventory section shows summary information for animal types and statuses, while the production performance section at the bottom dives much deeper into data analysis. You'll find helpful reports like the feed performance, which shows you your feed conversion and average daily gains together on one report, giving you insight into how your animals are putting on weight from the different foods you feed them. You'll also find yield reports on the right that show you inventory you've harvested from your livestock by day, month, and type. As we move on to the plantings tab, we'll see planting reports at the top, helping you get ready for the season by checking out a crop plan, estimating your seed order, and preparing for your expected harvests. Below that, you'll see reports to find all of your plant history records: treatments, nutrients and amendments, soil samples, harvest history, and even some financial reports as well. The Orders and Markets tab shows you reports related to your products, orders, and customers. You'll see those same accounts receivable reports that we saw on the accounting tab, along with reports that show you orders that need to be worked on by delivery method, status, or payment. You can also find a list of your top products or top customers. The Resources tab shows you reports related to your equipment and inventory. You can find all of your equipment listed here, along with its service records, and the inventory reports show you what you have and where it's stored. Check out the usage report as well, as it shows you what you have available now, how often you use it, and when you might run out. The last tab, User Activities, shows you tasks that are due or completed and scheduled events. You'll also find the audit log here to see a history of user actions on records in the software. So that's a lot of standard reports. But we also know that different business operations have different needs, and that you might want different reports with unique data. Well, you can easily build a custom report with just that. We'll choose Custom Reports in the left menu, and see a list of existing reports that we've previously created. When you create a custom report, it gets saved here for easy access the next time you want to run it. To create a new one, we'll choose New Custom Report, which starts a report building wizard to walk you through this 4-step process. You'll first be asked to configure your report settings. You need to give the report a name, and then select a section of Farmbrite to report on. You'll have multiple selections for crops and livestock. You can create custom reports for your notes, transactions, treatments, harvests and yields, and animal or crop records in general. You could also choose to report on orders, tasks, inventory, equipment, or your accounting needs. Each section includes a brief description of what you can expect to see on the report. It's important to note that you can only choose one here. The wizard will then prompt you to move on to the next step to select your columns. This step lets you choose what data to include on the report. The fields that you can add differ based on the report type selection you made in the previous step. For example, the fields in the crop treatment reporting area would include things like treatment date, treatment type, and retreat date, while this equipment area has fields like model year, serial number, and other service history. When you click into this search box, a list of all the available fields will be shown. If you want to add all of them, you can click Add All, or if you're looking for something specific, you can type into the box and search for what you're looking for. In this example, we'll add all of them, because I want you to see that if you mistakenly add a field, you can click to remove it from the report on the right. You can also drag and drop these fields to reorder them. The order that they're shown on this page will reflect as the order they are displayed as columns in your report. You could think of this as kind of like a spreadsheet. The first field is column A, the second field is column B, and so on. We move name right to the top. Let's take status and put it below that. Maybe model year comes before brand, and then model number. You get the point. You can order these in any way that you'd like to sequence the columns on the report. The next 2 steps here are optional. They'll help you find the specific data that you're looking for and control the way the report is displayed. But if you just want a basic sheet of data, you can click Save and the report will run immediately. Let's take a look at how you can use these though. We'll move on to step 3, Filters, to set criteria for what records should be displayed on the report. Maybe we only need equipment records from a certain brand or pieces of equipment that are in a certain status. Since we're running this for service records, maybe we just want to see services that took place during a certain date range or that replaced a specific part on our equipment. Like the fields that you can add to the report, the filters displayed here are unique to the type of report you're running. Of course, we see all of the filters for equipment right now, but if we were running a custom report for plantings, maybe we'd filter by planting date or the type of crop. Or if we were running a livestock custom report, we could filter by weight, birth date, or many other identifying fields. For this example, maybe we just care about services that took place this year. We'll scroll to the top and then go to Report Preferences, which includes selections for how you order the report or how the records can be grouped. You can even add custom charts to the report if you'd like. In this example, we'll choose to order these records by service date and add a chart for brand and another one for status. We'll save to generate the report and see our charts at the top and then all of the data presented below. You'll see each column in the order that we sequenced it and see that these rows are ordered by service date from February to March to April. And no matter what filters, groups, or data you include, you can always print the report or download it into a CSV Excel sheet to retain a copy outside of the system. If you wanted to make additional changes, you can edit the report. Maybe we'll remove that filter and go back to our preferences. We'll remove the charts and group the records by brand. Now we'll see the maintenance that we did for our Chevys, Jeeps, John Deere's, and more, all grouped together. And one last thing to take a look at before we wrap up. Let's go back to standard reports, because I want you to see that some of the standard reports are able to be customized and used as a starting point for a custom report. Maybe we need some additional fields or filters on this livestock birth report. You can click Customize Report, and you'll be brought to a familiar screen where you'll go through the reporting wizard and create a new custom report with the reporting area and the columns from the report already added for you. You might add some additional columns, some different filters, or group it in a different way. All right, that takes us through reports. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. We're always glad to help.